Lasers, postulated for science by Einstein and propagated by Star Wars for the entire world. At Laserline, we started working with the diode laser 25 years ago. This technology does not need an amplifying medium because with the diode laser, the laser beam is created via a semiconductor. We like to call this made by power without detours. We were the first to use diode lasers in the industry. At first, there was a lot of skepticism regarding diode lasers. What were we going to do with this improved flashlight? That's what they said. Laserline has firmly established the diode laser in the industry and is now a leading provider of customized laser systems for welding, cladding, or 3D metal printing worldwide, which uses blue and infrared diode lasers. Our success story started with a vision. We wanted to create a laser that would have a completely different price and size, and would be able to replace the conventional industrial laser. Thanks to its semiconductor character, this laser would allow new areas of application. And we achieved that.
Volker Kraus was one of the first to work with diode laser technology in Germany, and he worked on developing this technology at the Fraunhofer Institute.
I was lucky to be in the right place, at the Fraunhofer Institute in 1990. This is where the underlying technology that we use now was created. As our work at the Fraunhofer Institute progressed, we thought if we wanted to create something new, we would be able to do that. So we started talking about it more and more. After 5 years, we started and asked some people from the Fraunhofer Institute to join us. And then we had a really powerful group to help develop this technology for the market.
This was our first presentation at the laser exhibition in Munich in 1997. Back when we attended this exhibition, we didn't have a lot of money, so we spent the night at a friend's house and slept in sleeping bags on the floor. And in the morning, we put our suits on and headed to the exhibition. This photo was taken in 1998 during a startup competition sponsored by McKinsey, Stern, and the Association of Savings Banks. This was the first startup competition that they had back then. We won first place in our state and third place nationwide. This was a huge success for a small company such as ours. I think we're one of the few companies that participated in this competition who still exist today and operate independently.
We learned very early on that it's very hard to break up a field that somebody already has a leading position in. We saw that it's much easier to start up with a new application and develop that further over time in order to succeed and become a leader in that market.
I don't think that there is a single or only one technology that brought us success. I think it was a whole bunch of things that made our product into what it is today. One of them is the heat sink technology, which is the cooling technology used for the diodes. But also the topic of beam formation, which is an area that we're most certainly a leader in.
Zu dem damaligen Zeitpunkt gab es nur Strahlquellen, die einen runden Fokus gemacht haben.
Back then, the beam sources all made a round focus, and the diode laser, as well as our product, created a square-shaped beam. That's how we came up with the name Laserline, because of the line of the laser.
Das dürfte so die 2000er-Wende gewesen sein.
I think it was in early 2000 that we started developing the first lasers that were more powerful and produced 3 kilowatts. We changed the design of our product, because back then, we had a black box that looked like a camera from the 50s. So we worked on changing the design to make it a little more modern. And that's how the new design was created. The colors we had at first were actually a mistake. We wanted the color red, but the anodizer turned the parts into raspberry red. And that's how our Laserline products ended up with a raspberry red color.
The site we're sitting on today, and which is part of the industrial park today, was sold to us separately like in times of the Wild West. At the time, it wasn't an industrial park, and our road had no name yet. They asked us if we could think of a name for the road, so we easily came up with Fraunhofer Strasse, because of our past work at the Fraunhofer Institute. The city approved the name, and that's the story of why this road is called Fraunhofer Strasse.
I think the point at which we realized that we made it was about after 10 years, when we started receiving repeat orders from the automotive industry. They needed lasers for certain applications, particularly for hard soldering, for use in the car roof, on tailgates, and aluminum welding. That is when we said we were successful. We're established. So after about 10 years, that's about the time you need to develop and establish a company from a startup.
Das war 2007 haben wir unsere erste Firmenfahrt gemacht, wo wir
This was 2007 when we took our first company trip. We invited all employees, a little over 50 total, on a trip to Munich for 4 days. One of the highlights of that trip was the rafting tour we took on the Isar River. It was a great feeling being on the raft and looking at our team and everybody having a great time dancing and celebrating. There was a great sense of community, and you could tell that something good had developed. A young team working on something together.
When we look at our business today, there are 3 areas that are particularly important. There's automotive, where we achieve framework contracts at some point, and where we were able to actually sell lasers in multiple units of tens of hundreds. Today, a substantial portion of our entire business volume comes from semiconductor technology. And then we were able to reach a similarly successful market position in the area of additive manufacturing and 3D printing.
Laserline is ein internationales Unternehmen.
Laserline is an international company with many locations worldwide, but we will continue to operate mainly from our headquarters here in Mülheim-Kürlich. This is also where we will primarily continue the production and development of our products. Our international locations are more focused on sales, service, and application, so geared more towards customer service. We will continue to stay on the path that we have taken over the past 25 years. This means growing internationally and working on developing new technologies. For the past 3 years, we have been working on the topic of blue diode lasers. We see a large growth potential with this technology and believe that we will be able to incorporate it into many new applications and expand into new markets. So this means that we want to continue our growth here, just like we have been doing in the past years in terms of technology, the market, and volume.
Das waren 25 spannende Jahre.
It's been an exciting 25 years.
We have been part of a really interesting growth story. Our company grew from a 2-man engineering team to a team of 350 people.
Also ich würde unseren Mitarbeitern sagen wollen,
I would like to thank our employees for the past 25 years. Thank you for your support in growing and making our vision come true. It is because of the employees that we stand where we are today.